Let's make a potholder with the Potholder loom. This is an 18 peg loom, and we're going to make the Checked Pinwheel Potholder. It is a large, bold pinwheel with a checkered pattern flaring out from the center point. If you're looking for a bold, large pinwheel, you've got it here. The reverse side is identical. Here is our chart brought to you by Piglet's portfolio of priceless potholder patterns, and it is licensed under Creative Commons. So we have a link to that chart in our pattern, but we have it all written out word for word, line by line for you on our website. Be sure and click down on the video description below to get that for details, and we're going to dive right in. Welcome to Good Knit Kisses. We're all about helping you stitch your love and love your stitches. We do have a right and a left video tutorial. The link is down below for you if you'd like to do that. And this is wrapping up our series of our potholder patterns, and we're going to have a whole booklet out soon if you want to get all of them from the last few years, and we'll be moving on with more tutorials on this channel here. Down below is a link to our free blog, and if you want to get this ad-free, you can certainly get that on our Ravelry and Etsy stores as well as on our main website. You're going to need 24 loops of loop A or color A. I'm using coral here, and you're going to need 12 loops of color B or contrast B, and I'm using purple. Grab your 18 peg loom. If you've got a 19 peg loom, that's okay too. You just leave that last one alone. I've had a few people ask me and get comments recently on that, and so be sure and just skip it if you've got 19 pegs. Then you need your loom hook or tool and a crochet hook for the ending last few rows or for binding off. All right, grab your supplies and we'll begin. Here's our instructions for the warp. You're going to place the loops vertically from top to bottom, bottom to top, on pegs 1 through 18 as follows. On pegs 1 through 6, you're going to use color A. So 1 through 6. And then also 13 through 18. So the first 6 loops, and this is also called pinwheels of 6, and it's really just that you're using 6 as your number to remember how many loops you use. So you've got 6 on the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 on the last. And this color sequence is going to be the same when you do your weave. We've got 4 at the end. Let's place our last 2. And then the middle will be your contrast color or your more bold color of pinwheel that you want to be striking in your design. So we're going to place 6 in here. So it divides in equally into thirds. All right, so complete your warp, laying those loops out. Pause your video and I will see you to begin the weave. All right, for the weave, we're going to start with A, and you can see I set out my colors in the sequence that we did it on the warp. So with A, we're going to start row 1, weaving over 3, under 3, 3 times for each of these sections. So over 3, go ahead and set that loop on there and go under 3. Be sure to go under both sides of each loop. Over 3, under 3. That's the second time, and the third time go under these last 3 and set it on the peg. And for row 2, grabbing another color A, we're going to weave over 2, under 1, over 1, and under 2, and we're going to repeat that 3 times. So we're going to go over 2 and then under 1. So I'm going to go ahead and go under this one and place that, and then over 1 and then under 2. Repeat again, over 2, under 1, over 1, under 2. Repeat again, over 2, under 1, over 1, under the last 2, and place. And then row 3, grab color A again, and weave over, under 1 to the end of the row. So this one's pretty easy. Over 1, under, repeat across. Pause your video as you need. You know, you've got the controls to speed up or slow down any video. Be sure to go to the description for more information. If you want a discount on one of these looms, you're welcome to go to that link there and use the coupon Good Knit Kisses for $5 off. All right, so we're gonna be under that last one here. So this very last one doesn't have anything on top of it, so it's okay. And there's these here, okay? All right, for row 4, we're gonna start changing things up. We're gonna go with color A again, and we're gonna go under 1 over 1. So really it's just the opposite of the last one. All right, under 1 over 1 and repeat across. All right, locking in that last of all these that have been not trapped before. Okay, so on row 5, we've got color A again, and we're gonna weave under 2, over 1, under 1, over 2. So under the first 2, go ahead and place that loop. And then over 1, under 1, and then over 2, and we're going to repeat that. So we're going to go under 2, over 1, under 1, over 2, under 2, over 1, under 1, over the last 2, and place your loop. That was pretty simple. Row 6 with A, and then we'll start our next color sequence. We're going to weave under 3, over 3, 3 times. So under the first 3, place that loop, over 3, under 3, over 3, under 3, and over the last 3. There we go. And now we're on to the next color. Color B, purple is what I'm using. And we're going to weave over 3, under 3, 3 times with B. Over 3, under 3. Let's make sure and place that. You're not skipping any. There we go. That was once. Over 3, under 3 twice. Over 3, under 3 the third time. Okay. For row 8 with B, we're going to weave over 2, under 1, over 1, under 2. So starting with over 2, under 1, over 1, under 2. Repeat that again. Over 2, under 1, over 1, under 2. Repeat again. Over 2, under 1, over 1, under the last 2. Okay, the next row, this is the third of our set of 6 here. We're going to weave over 1, under 1, and repeat. So over 1, under 1, across. And then we're going to do the opposite with our next row. So we're going to start with under 1, over 1, under 1, over 1, under 1, over 1, under 1, over, continue. In place. And then with B, we're going to weave under 2, over 2, under 1, over 2. So start with under, feel like I got something twisted. Here we go. Yeah. Under 2, place that. Over 1, under 1, and ending with over 2. Then we repeat that 2 more times. Under 2, over 1, under 1, over 2, under 2, over 1, under 1, and over 2. All right, and our last row with this color, we're going to weave under 3, over 3, 3 times. So under 3, over 3, once, twice, and the 3rd time, and place. Okay, so you've done rows 1 through 6 up here in A, and we're going to repeat those again. So you've got 7 through 12 in B, and then again we're going to repeat rows 13 through 18 in rows 1 through 6 fashion. So let's just go ahead and do that together, and we'll have it all in one video. We're going to start again with A, weaving over 3, under 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. That locks that in, and over 3, under 3, twice, and one more time, and the second row is over 2, under 1, so over 2, under 1, and under 2, over 2, under 1, over 1, under 2, over 2, under 1, over 1, under the last 2, and place that. And these next 2 should be the 1 over 1 thing, where we weave one way and one the other. So we're going to weave over 1, under, and repeat, go across, and do the opposite with the next row. We started with over on the last one, so now we're going to go under. I'm not even looking at the pattern. And here you can start using that hook. I'm just going to pick up the ones we go under. Just do a few at a time. Lay that across and place these down, and that's how I work those last couple of rows if you haven't watched one of my videos before. Okay, make sure I didn't skip any over here. We're all good. Okay, so second to last row, we're going to start with, this is like a row 5. We're going to go under 2, over 1, and then under 1. So I'm just going to go ahead and lift this 4th one up, and this 1st and 2nd. Place that down, and then place the warps back down on top of that weave. And then we're going to go under these 2, and then under this one. Same thing, the 4th, 1st and 2nd in that next section of 6. I don't know, this one to me, just this pattern runs really fast. And repeat that again on the last 6 stitches. And then your last row, row 18, is same as row 6. With A, we're going to weave under 3 over 3 3 times. So under these first 3 and actually these next 3, I should be able to get it all together. A little tight, but I'm going to do it anyway. Can she do it? Here we go. All right, lay that down. Pull it across. Placing these warps back down, and then we'll have only 3 more pegs to go, and we'll bind off together. And now I just need to lift up these first 3 of the next sequence of 6 colors and lay across. All right, so pause your video if you have to catch up, or maybe you're faster than me. Let me know if you're faster than me. I'm sure you are. All right. We have a beautiful design right here. I'm going to stop for a quick picture for our website. I'll be right back to show you the bind off. Okay, we're nearly there. We are going to bind off. And what I usually do is I go to this top row here and go 1 down to the corner piece here. And it's just the way I do it. You can start wherever you like. I like that these 2 are kind of overlapped here. So we're going to start with this one, go to the next in the corner, and pull the back loop over the front loop. Same as we always do, and then go to the next loop in sequence all the way around until you have no more loops on your pegs. Okay, so pause your video. When we come back, I will join up that corner so you don't have a loose loop left. All right, this is what it looks like fresh off of the loom. And you can see that little pinwheel is just much more pointed and pretty and fun there. I've got 2 loops left. I'm going to pull through, and then I'm going to go back to my first bind off area here, and we're going to loop that on through to shore up that corner and make it a little bit more square. You can see it matches those a little better. Go ahead and pull these out to kind of do a little bit of hand block. I just kind of pinch and hold on the corners, stretch it out a bit before I bind that off. Okay, we're going to go to the back. Doesn't really matter. They're, you know, it's equal, identical on each side. I'm going to go through another loop and pull through that loop. Find another one to go through. Try and make it tight. Sometimes it's a little harder to manage. There we go. The tighter through there, the better. If I can get it through another one, that would be superb. There we go. Okay, that's hidden really well, and it looks so cute. The checkered pinwheel potholder. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial today. Be sure to check out all of our other videos on the potholder, and if you're like, Kristen, when are you going to do some more loom knitting videos and crochet videos? I'm actually going to be doing a lot more in our new year, so happy new year to you guys. I know this video lives forever, but it is the new year for us here at Good Knit Kisses. Thank you so much for all the years here. It has been 15 years of Good Knit Kisses. I hope you're doing well. Happy knitting, crochet, weaving, and all the things. Love you all, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us today, where we help you stitch your love and love your stitches. See you again soon.